Hi guys, it is me, Valerie. I am back to discuss a couple of things about what's coming up. Tonight, Diana and I did the Libra New Moon. If you want to check out that video, we were live. But right now, I wanted to talk about, I was sitting here thinking, tomorrow, Neptune is retrograde, but he's going retrograde back into Pisces tomorrow. 29 degrees is the last degree. 29 degrees Pisces is the last degree of the zodiac. Right now he's at 0 degree Aries, which is first degree of the zodiac. So it takes Neptune 165 years to go all throughout the zodiac, to go one big circle. This retrograde period is from now until February 20th, 2026. So what's that? Is that right? Let me just make sure, because Neptune and Saturn are tracking together. That's our new era, on February 20th, 2026. But right now they're both going back into Pisces. They're both retrograde. And what does that mean? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Neptune direct. It'll be on, December 10th. But it takes him a while to get back to 0 degrees. So he'll go to direct December 10th. And he and Saturn will catch up at 0 degrees Aries, the first degree. So it's the beginning. This is why we're calling it the new era. This is creating our new world going forward. But not until then. And even then, it's just the very, very beginning. So what does it mean when Neptune retrogrades back to 29 degrees Pisces? Because he's not going to go any further. He's going to 29 and Saturn's going to 25 degrees. Pisces is a water sign. Last sign of the zodiac. Very psychic, intuitive, dreamy. Illusion, delusion, confusion on the low end. But the main thing about Pisces, and especially Neptune in Pisces, because Neptune rules Pisces. Neptune is spirit. Spirit rules Pisces, because Pisces is everything and nothing. It's vast space, vast oceans, vast nothingness. But we can always create in Pisces. And with Neptune, with spirit there, creating the new earth, we're being asked, because, okay, let's just say this. Saturn in Pisces over the last 3 years, he's been restructured too. All the planets are raising in frequency also. So Saturn is following Neptune. Neptune is spirit, transforming all of our solar system into a higher frequency reality, especially all of Earth. I should have said all of Earth. But the solar system's doing some crazy stuff too, with all the comets and 3-eye Atlas. To me, it's all raising in frequency. But as Saturn is following Neptune is its structure. Saturn is structure. So Saturn is going to, over the next 3 years, well, he's already been doing it for 3 years, but 3 more years until he leaves Aries. He is restructuring in a higher consciousness way. He like Neptune's bringing in the higher consciousness reality. Saturn's bringing the structure of that higher consciousness reality. You can put it that way. So they're both going to be in Neptune retrograde for these next couple months here. Let me see when Saturn comes out. Saturn will go direct on November 27th, and Neptune will go direct on December 10th. But it'll take them both till February 20th to be at that 0 degrees of Aries. So while they're retrograde, what does that mean? Saturn is going back to figure out, he went back a little further, so he's really having a deep dive into how to create the higher consciousness structures. Neptune is only going to 29 degrees, which is, again, the last degree of the zodiac. 29s are a critical degree. It's called an energetic degree. 29s and zeros are creative master degrees, but they're not easy degrees. That's why, Diana and I tonight we're talking about it's going to be a little challenging these next few months, especially in the external world. But I was guided to come on tonight and talk about that 29 degrees, beautiful degree, the last degree of the zodiac, asking us to release all the illusion, delusion, and confusion. Come into your higher consciousness self and create the new earth, the new era. How do we do that? Pisces also rules imagination. Nothing in this world was created with first being an imagination, a thought that eventually was created into a solid structure, right? So we are, what I heard tonight from my team was we are to dream in the new reality. We're to open up our imagination and really, that's what they want me to do anyway about this creating the new reality series. It's very hyper. That sun shot off a solar flare, and I can feel it throughout my body. It's just vibrating. I don't know, does that happen to y'all? So we are imagining, we're dreaming, we're going to create this new era. We create the new era by out-creating the old frequency, the lower frequency, the detrimental frequencies of conflict, war. We got to raise above those concepts, poverty, famine, genocide, all of it. It's not going with us into the new era. I'm not saying it won't be there in the beginning, but it's going to eventually be out-created into a higher reality. Right? We can't live in a high frequency with people starving, with war, with hate, with division. And we can see all around us, well, especially from the government, our government, from the top, that they constantly have to pump fear, hate, and division into our atmosphere, into the waves, into broadcasting it to us, right? And they keep it up. So you can't really catch your breath, can't really relax. So, words, well, let's go with imagination and dreaming. Dreaming in that brings in thoughts, right? And beliefs. And then we speak it. We speak it into existence. Words are spells. If I say I hate myself or I'm in pain all the time, pretty much that's what I'm going to experience. It's in my mind. It's a thought. I believe it. And now I'm speaking it. Just not even trying to outcreate that. And I had to learn that. I had to learn how to outcreate my negative, limiting beliefs and thoughts. And I went into that in the last video. So, we all have these limited perceptions of who we are until we learn and we know better and we do better, right? That's with everything. We know better, we do better. And that's what we're going to be doing in the new era. Let me see. It's our choice. It's our choice what we focus on. And we can decide to break that thought loop and see a bigger picture, a higher perspective. And Neptune is going to help us do this. Okay, Neptune's going to really help us. We're seeing in real time some really hard things to know and to realize. I mean, we've already known, we've all known it, that there's war, but we're seeing this genocide, especially in Palestine, where they came out and they lied and they gaslit the world, said that there was a ceasefire, and there wasn't. They've been killing people every day since. And the world is just watching, because you're watching them do this stuff in real time, like in disbelief, It's horrific. So how are we going to get this to break this loop, right? To me, these world governments, especially especially our government, could do so much good with all the money that America makes, but instead we're going to give it to give tax breaks to the wealthy. And see, all these things, we see them, and I don't expect any one of us to find solutions to all this. It's going to have to be a collective, right? But we see all these things and we go, how does this end? How do we get out of that? Well, that's why Neptune and Saturn are retrograding back into Pisces. And then they're going to come out, and I believe we're going to see a big difference in the world by February. But we will still be putting our imaginations together to create this new era. to create this new world. I see a beautiful world. I see us living in peace and harmony, and everybody is well cared for, has their basic needs, can um, live their passion. And, they are getting rid of all the jobs. I mean, what are we going to do? If AI can do all our jobs, we get to take advantage of that in the sense that, oh, now I can live my passion. Now I can do what makes my heart smile, right? And I know it's terrifying to change, right? We're making these huge changes in the way we live in society. And there's people all over the world, right? They're creating as the life negating parts of a society are breaking down. There's many people out there with life affirming ideas, bringing them in so we can live that in that peace and that harmony. It's just a thought. Everything's a thought, right? So let's use our imaginations. Let's put our thoughts together, our beliefs. Let's upgrade our beliefs. Let's upgrade our thoughts, words, perceptions. Let's create a big dream. Let's not settle. I think everybody's just so, at the moment, we're all kind of just stunned in shock at what's going on. And you don't even, it's not like you can even stop to think about, well, how could we make this all better? As it's being destroyed, there is new coming in. It's just the way of life and death, right? But we can do it. This is why we're here. We came in here as light workers, love workers, energy workers to hold space for the destruction, to help create the new earth by using our imaginations. And we can speak, thoughts, like I said, words or spells. And those spells, you got to word things correctly. You can't say I want, I need. They're kind of just, they're not the highest vibration words. Let's put it that way. We got to think higher in every way, even in the way we speak, especially to ourselves. First to ourselves, and then we do for the collective, right? We come out and we say, what would you prefer to experience? What do you desire? What do you wish? Let's see here. Speak creation and love into the ethers. This is the ethers. Energy, vibration, resonance, and frequency. Words are powerful. Words are spells. Use authentic words, meaning higher vibration words with life. We don't want to need or want. Kind of leaves us needing and wanting. It's not a good feeling, either one of them. How does a word make you feel? That's a good question. Reimagine your life. We start with ourselves. So say there's no limit. There's none of this crazy government stuff going on. There's no money limits. There's no time limits. There's no space limits. What would you create? We're going to have to create outside of the box. We're going to have to get innovative. And there's that Uranus over there. Is going back into Taurus, but in Gemini, he's going to be back into Gemini eventually. And Well, he doesn't even go into Taurus for a little while. Let's see. Pretty soon. I think he's at 0 degrees. But, Gemini, Uranus in Gemini. Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. You got 2 air signs. Brilliance. Just brilliance coming through. So Uranus will go into Taurus on the 7th. And Taurus wants to create in the physical, prefers the comforts of the physical, wants to make things nice and cozy. It's kind of hard to do while everything's being destroyed, but Uranus thinks outside the box, and they'll figure it out. He'll be there retrograde until, I don't know how long he's got. I think he's in, I think he goes back in January. But this will give us ideas, right? As Uranus goes back into Taurus and sees, okay, well, here's where we are. Here's reality. How can we make this a more efficient, beautiful place at the same time? So, and all the planets have their role to play in all this, but this is that Neptune and Saturn are going to create the new Earth in February. I'm sorry, it's late. I can't even talk. But I wanted to get this video out so we can all start to dream and imagine and see a new world, and know that we have the support of the cosmos and planets, each other, and we can speak these things together. We speak them into existence, but we got to raise our beliefs and our thoughts and our words to do it. Just reimagine your life by using your words. Authenticity is everything for this new Earth. You got to be who you authentically are in every moment. Always connect the third eye and the heart together. The heart leads. The heart is the one dreaming. The heart's the only one that can make a wish. So let's leave it there with that. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Sorry I was having a minute. I was a little tired. I can feel that solar flare. And remember to take care and take time for yourself, to care for yourself. Put your hand on your heart. Take a couple deep breaths. And know that we're going to create this beautiful new world. Oh, we have all these beautiful souls here. And we all have our own unique individual piece of the puzzle. Please contact me if you have any questions. If you'd like me to talk about anything specific, I would love to. If I know about it, I would certainly love to. And leave a comment. Tell me your ideas. I love you. Y'all be safe. And thank you. Thank you for being here.